My name is Bob Elmore. I was in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 as Leatherface, and we're here at FrankenCon, and this is Augmented Reality.
In aspect ratio, he's got a whole lot just to show whenever he is on the go. In aspect ratio, his aspect ratio, he's got a whole lot to say. In aspect ratio, we welcome you to the show. This is the aspect ratio. I'm here with Mark Brian Wilson, the puppeteer behind Slimer from the Ghostbusters movies. So tell me, in all your years of work in cinema, more so over the Ghostbusters and puppeteering Slimer, what was the most memorable thing off the top of your mind when shooting the Ghostbusters movies?
Well, I think it was originally I was not slated to play Slimer. That was something that I got to do after I was on the set for a while. So actually getting to play the role of Slimer and getting to help develop the character was amazing. And Ghostbusters is by far one of my favorite pictures of all times to have worked on. It was a large crew with almost 60 people building and putting together the creatures. And we were all very young and starting out. So it was a lot of fun to work on that crew, with all those people.
Oh, I bet. So any tips for any aspiring puppeteers out there who want to be involved in cinema?
Do it. Find books on how to build puppets, watch the films, ask questions, go to conventions and meet people who know the techniques. But mainly if you want to get in, it's nice to have a portfolio. So you have to find people who know how to do it or learn yourself. Build a puppet, put it on film, take a snapshot, build a portfolio so that you can go to the creature shops in Hollywood and say, this is what I am able to do.
I'm here with Mike Christopher, the Hare Krishna zombie. So tell me a little bit about your character.
Well, the Hare Krishna zombie was one of the zombies that was the only zombie that first figured out how to get up to the hideout. So while all the guys were out looking for supplies, I figured out how to make it up the stairwell, and I pushed the door open, and I tried to attack Galen Ross, who was one of the people that were hiding in the hideout, and eventually she distracted me long enough until the guys came back, and I got hit in the head with a rifle butt.
That's amazing. That's very amazing. So, what's the most memorable thing you've done in the outfit or in the as your character?
Well, the most amazing thing that I did was I couldn't wince whenever I stepped on the hot sulfur. It was coming off the flare. One of the ways that she kept me at bay was she had a road flare, and all the sparks from the flare were landing on the ground, and I had to walk through them in my bare feet, I might add.
I'm here with Billy Bryan, the man behind the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. So tell me, sir, what was the most memorable thing about shooting the Ghostbusters movie as the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man?
Actually, the most memorable thing was discovering what a hit it was. I mean, when you work on a movie, you never know how well it's going to be received. And when I went to see it in the theater, it had already been out for about 5 weeks, and everybody knew all the lines. Everybody was singing along. It was pretty cool.
I can only imagine. So, in that one scene where the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man is destroying Manhattan, did they make like a scaled-down version of the city?
Yeah, here you can see. Here's a picture of that going on. Here's me standing on the model. And we've got small cars of various sizes. We've got a whole Central Park on one side and buildings on the other. And actually, right down here, there's even a fire hydrant, which has been hit by a car, and it's spewing silica sand because water doesn't translate into a miniature very well.
That's very cool. So when you were wearing the costume, was it like very hot during like shoots?
Well, fortunately, because I made the suit, I made it comfortable. It's soft, it's nice to wear, it fit me well, and it's hollow. So here, let me show you. Well, inside of it, it's empty. So when I move my arms, it caused air to flow in and out across my face. So I got my own little personal air conditioning system. But yeah, it was hot. I admit it. It's always hot inside a suit.
I'm here with Bob Elmore, who was Leatherface in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. So tell me, are you enjoying FrankenCon?
Well, this is great. Everybody here is really nice. Having a great time. Nice to be in El Paso. And having a really good time here.
What was the most memorable thing when shooting the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2?
Everything was It was just the hardest movie I ever did in my life. I've been in the movie business for about 27, 28 years, and it was just extremely hard to do. The conditions were horrendous, and I never worked so hard in my life as on that movie.
What was so difficult about it?
The conditions were, it was 110 degrees, 100% humidity. The interiors of the soundstage were about 160 degrees with all the lights, and I'm in a suit carrying a 75-pound chainsaw around, and that made it very difficult.
Oh God, yes, the heat can only make anybody pass out. You know, I must ask you another question. What is your favorite scary movie of all time?
I'm going to go with probably the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. When I saw that, it frightened me. And
I'm here with Scott Tepperman of the International Ghost Hunters. So tell me, of all the episodes that you've shot for the Ghost Hunters, what was the most memorable one?
The most memorable one was Shakashkari Island. It was a leper colony off the coast of Trinidad. It was really, it was abandoned, and it's definitely old and weathered, but it still had files and medicines and vials of stuff, and it was pretty crazy.
What was so crazy about it, if you don't mind me asking?
Everything was so intact. You felt like you were actually living it yourself, and it was just a very overwhelmingly sad place.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
So, do you believe in ghosts?
I do believe in ghosts, absolutely. I believe that when you die, your spirit passes on, and for some reason or not, there's a spirit. Spirits remain here. They're either trapped by anchors that they make during life, or something is unresolved and they are here for a reason. So it's our job to go document their presence and see if we might be able to assist homeowners or business owners in getting down to the answers of what's been going on.
In aspect ratio, he's got a whole lot just to show whenever he is on the go. In aspect ratio, his aspect ratio, he's got a whole lot to say. In aspect ratio, we welcome you to the show. This is the aspect ratio.